Today we're taking a full tour of P&O Britannia, one of the UK's most popular cruise ships. From elegant cocktail bars to relaxed pool decks and a few hidden gems along the way, I'll show you everything you need to know before you sail. We'll be covering all the main restaurants, bars, lounges and outdoor spaces, plus I'll share a few of my favourite spots on board as we go. First up, how about some quick facts? She entered service in 2015 and can carry up to 3,647 passengers across 15 decks. She is 330 metres long and weighs in at 143,000 tonnes and cost $500 million to build. We're beginning in one of the first places you'll see when you step on board, the Atrium. It might sound a bit cliche, but this really is the heart of the ship. It's a bright open space that feels really social, and it's all centred around the stunning starburst installation that spans decks 5, 6 and 7. There's always something going on here, whether it's live music, people meeting up before dinner, or just sitting with a drink and watching the world go by. You'll also find plenty of bars, restaurants and shops branching off from the main atrium, so it's somewhere you'll naturally pass through a lot during your cruise. From here, let's take a look around deck 5. On the port side, you'll find the Market Cafe. This is a really nice relaxed spot to come during the day, whether you fancy a coffee, a quick bite to eat, or just somewhere to sit and unwind for a bit. They serve Costa coffee, as well as teas, sandwiches and cakes for an extra charge, and you can also come here for an afternoon tea if you're feeling a bit more indulgent. Over on the starboard side is the Blue Bar, and this is one of the standout bars on board. It's got a much more elegant feel, and it's a great place for pre-dinner drinks or cocktails in the evening. On celebration and gala nights, this is one of the spots where the black tie dress code really adds to the atmosphere. Just behind the atrium, you've got the Meridian restaurant, which is one of the main dining rooms on board, open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And if we head forward from the atrium, we come to the Limelight Club, a specialty venue where you get a dinner and a show. The acts vary depending on your cruise, and sometimes you'll have multiple performers during the sailing. On this trip we saw Le Voir, and honestly, it was excellent. The food, the service and the performance were all really good, and definitely worth trying if it's available on your cruise. So continuing forward, we have one of the shops, and this is where you'll come for your P&O branded items, Britannia fridge magnet or other such things, as well as snacks and a range of toiletries in case you've forgotten anything. Next you'll find the guest services reception area, as well as the explorer's desk, where you can go and check out shore excursions on offer and book up any that you want to do. Though I would say it's always worth doing this well before you board the ship anyway, because it can be cheaper and you might be disappointed if they are all booked up. We've moved up to deck 6 and we're still all the way at the front of the ship, and this is where you'll be coming to watch all the big shows put on by their headliners theatre company, as well as other performers they get on during the cruise. Next up is Brodie's, the British pub on board, and this is usually really popular and often quite busy. There's a great selection of beers and ales and other drinks here, and you'll find quizzes during the day and karaoke, game shows and live entertainment in the evenings. And you'll also find the casino here on the starboard side. That brings us back to the atrium, and here on deck 6 is where you're going to find the rest of the shops, where you can get all of your jewellery, watches, clothes, as well as duty-free shopping. And off the back of the atrium here is the Peninsula restaurant, and further back via deck 7 the Oriental restaurant, which are your other two included dining rooms. Now, up on deck 7, we're going to move forward from the atrium and check out the Crystal Room. This is a place to come for your dance classes, as well as live music in the evenings. And further forward is another entrance to the Headliners Theatre. Flanking the atrium on deck 7 is the Java Cafe and the Glass House. We'll move first to the Java Cafe. You can start your day here with a coffee, or head here after breakfast to enjoy a drink and watch everyone go by. You can sit overlooking the atrium, or tucked away looking out to sea. It can get quite busy here, especially on a sea day, so bear that in mind, but you can also get your coffee fix down at the Market Cafe. If you like a cheeky glass of wine, or 3, this is the place to come. You can sit with a wine flight looking out over the atrium, or if you want some food, there are some delicious tapas style options here, as well as bigger dishes on the menu. This comes at an extra cost, but it's worth trying. We've enjoyed this every single time we've done it. They also do wine tasting here, which we had to do for research purposes of course. It was really interesting and we learnt a lot about the wines. You have to ask about this at the Glass House itself if you want to come along, because they don't seem to have it advertised anywhere. Let's continue on towards the aft of the ship, and first we have the Future Cruise desk, so come here and look at the brochures and get your next cruise booked up. Next is the photo gallery, where you can check out any of the pictures that the onboard photographers have taken of you. This is a studio. They show different films here during the cruise, as well as hosting certain talks and presentations. Sindhu is next. There is a bar here, you can come and grab a drink, or book yourself in for a meal here and enjoy some lovely Indian cuisine. This is another specialty restaurant, and it's worth noting that on gala or celebration nights, it's black tie here as well. We didn't go on this cruise, but we have done Sindhu before and we've really enjoyed it. Lastly, on this deck is the Live Lounge. There are some talks or presentations here during the day, or maybe bingo sometimes, but this is mainly your late night venue. They have a resident band Pulse playing here most nights, as well as other performers that they bring in during the cruise. It then turns into the nightclub until the early hours. Britannia doesn't have a wraparound promenade deck, but there are a couple of points you can get outside on deck 7, by the Glass House and Java, and just outside the Live Lounge here. It is nice to be able to get outside, close to the sea for these views. Decks 8 to 15 are all cabins, so we've come all the way to deck 16. And we're starting at the back of the ship, and that's where the Sunset Bar is. This is one of my favourite bars for a sail away, or just sitting enjoying a sea day, or a port day, or any day really. There are a couple of tables around the edge that have the best views, but there isn't really a bad view here to be honest, and a lot of the tables are nicely sheltered, so even if you're at sea and it's a bit windy, you can still sit out. Coming in from the Sunset Bar, you have the Horizon restaurant, and this is your buffet restaurant and is included. There's usually a really good selection on offer here for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and even some late night snacks if you're up late enough. Moving forward and back outside, we have the main pool deck. At the aft end here is where you can come for your coffees or ice cream, which isn't included, and also you have the Riviera bar. There is the Riviera pool and the Lido pool, and there's a good amount of sun lounges around them, and there's some sheltered seating right around the outside as well. Towards the front of the pool area is the pizzeria and the Lido grill, and these are included dining and offer pizza, burgers, hot dogs and fries. Inside from here is a corridor leading up to the Epicurean specialty restaurant, which we have tried and thought the service and food was amazing, and then it leads on to the Crow's Nest. And this is another one of my favourite bars on board. It has the most amazing views over the front of the ship and out to sea. Although the bar isn't open during the day, you can come in here and just sit and watch the views. In the evening, it has more of an atmosphere of an elegant lounge with a pianist playing and a great selection of cocktails, and some signature ones that are only available here and maybe in the Blue Bar as well. On celebration and gala nights, there is a black tie dress code here. So we have moved up to deck 17, and here at the front of the ship is the Serenity Pool and Bar, which is adults only, another favourite of mine. This is where you want to be if you don't fancy the hustle and bustle of the main pool deck or want to avoid the kids, other people's or your own. So let me know in the comments, where would I find you, the busy pool deck or the quieter Serenity area? We're on the upper deck of the main pool now, and there's plenty of lounges up here and a hot tub on either side, but those are the only two on the ship, which is a bit lacking to be honest. But there are plenty more spaces to grab a lounger and get some sunshine. We came across this sign, which I thought was a good idea to remind people, and some of the lounges had the same sign on as well, but I don't really know how well it works in reality. Carrying on towards the aft, between here and the back of the ship is where all the kids clubs are, which I didn't film of course, and the gym is up here apparently as well, but you won't generally find me there. And at the very back of deck 17 is the terrace pool, which is just above the Sunset Bar. It's easier to see it from the deck above. Finally, on deck 18, there is a small sunbathing area towards the front of the ship, and then further back there's a deck they call the Promenade. And this is where you might want to come to get your running laps in, if you're that way inclined. This leads to the sports court and arena bar, which I don't know if I've ever seen open to be honest. And there are a couple of golf nets up here as well. And that's it, the back of the ship. So that's the full tour of Britannia, a ship that really feels modern and elegant. If you're thinking about booking it, I'd definitely recommend it. If you've enjoyed this tour, give it a like, subscribe for more cruise content, and check out my full Scandinavia and Baltic series. Thank you for watching. Why not watch one of these videos next?